Well, good morning. Welcome to the WFRN Morning Show. My name is Cody Collier. Doug on vacation for this week. And hey, wouldn't you look at the time? It is time for Triple P with Trisha. Good morning, Trisha.
Morning.
How you doing?
Good. How about yourself?
I am doing wonderful. It's Friday. We have a big weekend coming up. Big plans for you and your family at all?
Not really. We like to just chill at home.
All right.
We'll probably barbecue and grill.
Oh, sounds good. All right. Well, we have this time every Friday morning, and it's always exciting to get to hear from you and get to hear about what Triple P is doing in this area and how the WFRN family can interact with you. Of course, they can always ask you questions by sending you an email, and that email is
info@triplepelkhartcounty.org, and Facebook us. That's the fastest way. You've already got it on your phone. Just use Facebook.
Yeah, just interact with you and Triple P on Facebook, either at your own Facebook page, and you can even interact with Triple P on the WFRN Morning Show Facebook page. You guys stay super active there, and you guys do such a wonderful job responding to every single one of those questions. It's so great.
Well, thanks. And I've been quite impressed with several of the questions that we've received. Some are really deep. Some are just like, hey, just give me a quick tip. And then other ones I'm just like, oh my word, Jesus help me. Because we really want to help the parents.
Yeah.
And then I get the team on board. I'm like, hey, how can we best answer this question? How can we connect the parents to where they need to be connected so they can succeed in what they need?
That's awesome.
So,
thank you so much for doing that. And
yeah.
of course, we always start the show with one of the weekly winners that you choose from someone who has asked you a question.
Yeah. So I went backwards a couple weeks looking for a winner, and Karina Zimmerman Wilkinson is our winner today.
Hey!
So congratulations.
Congratulations, Karina. And when you do interact with Triple P and ask a question, and if you're chosen, you can win quite the gift card.
Yeah, $50 to the Essen House.
Mm-hmm.
So
Sounds good. It's going to be a good Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah.
For the Wilkinson family. So what do we have for us and the Triple P with Trisha show this morning?
Well, today, because spring's here, school's almost done, summer's coming, we're going to talk about teenagers, work, and money.
Keeping them busy.
Yeah.
All right.
So just throwing it out there, when did you get your first job? How old were you?
Like a real job?
A real
like
job.
I went somewhere and worked for somebody else?
Well, what would you consider your first job?
I washed dishes at a restaurant.
Okay.
I was a dishwasher.
And how old were you?
And I had just gotten my driver's license, so I was 16.
Okay. Good.
I had odd jobs kind of before that, like I would help a local farmer bale some hay. I mowed the yard at home.
All good things.
I mean, but I actually had to fill out some tax paperwork,
Yeah.
and I got a paycheck when I was 16.
Yeah. My husband and I just found out that our oldest is now legally old enough to get a job.
Okay.
And that hit Mom really hard because I'm like, oh no, my baby is old enough to work. But it's exciting. And then I had to have a reality check. I was like, oh yeah, I got a job when I was his age. I didn't even think about it. So I don't know. You got to, grow up as a parent a little bit there. But jobs are really great for teenagers. And could you tell me one of the benefits that you encountered with your first job?
I would say I learned a huge lesson on my first day.
What was that?
And that was wrapping my head around how long I was going to be there. Like, why are you laughing at me so much?
Because 8 hours is forever doing dishes.
And I didn't even work like 8 hours, but it just came like I had been there for a while and I was like, all right, I'm ready to go home now. But I had to work until the restaurant closed. And that was it was not a set time. It was just whenever we got finished cleaning up the kitchen. And I was just like, am I ever going to get out of here? What have I signed up for? And I think I ended up being there. It was just like the afternoon or the evening. I ended up being there for like 6 hours. And I couldn't believe it. I was like, oh, man. That was a huge experience. First day right there.
Yeah, that's a doozy. All dishes. Bet your mom was really proud of you, though.
I don't know. I'm probably sure she was. I don't think I ever talked to her about it.
Oh, that's great. So other benefits we can remind ourselves as parents that are good for teenagers is it's a really positive experience. It creates lasting memories.
Yeah, never forget it.
It introduces them to the workforce, and it's the starting point for their resume. We don't really want our kids going off to college and graduating college without any work experience. It makes it so much harder for them to get a job. So we want to encourage them to start somewhere and to start small. So those part-time jobs are really, really important for our teenagers. It helps take them to the next level with their social skills. Some kids learn real fast how to deal with customer service.
Yeah.
And that's a really important skill to have.
Being places on time.
Yep, time management.
Being there every day, or just at least when they have to be.
Yeah, honoring commitments.
Yeah.
That's great, yeah. And it keeps, a little bit more money in mom and dad's pockets, hopefully, because we're no longer the sole source of their fun money. So I think that's a real positive for me as a parent.
I imagine. I'm trying hard to not let my brain, because my boys are still little. 8-year-old Charlie. I mean, I don't want him to growing up and driving off to his job quite yet.
Yeah.
But I imagine when we get there, that'll be a fringe benefit of that happening.
Yep. My kids have been thinking about jobs for a couple of years now, and we're figuring out what ages certain places have as a minimum age and what other places don't. And yeah.
So now let me ask you a question. Are there any concerns that you might have as a parent once they have like their own money? Because I would think one of the benefits of giving them an allowance is you control how much money they have. And then once they start earning their own and they have their own disposable incomes, like I can see myself being worried about what they're going to do with that.
And that's a really good question. So one thing I would encourage parents to do, my mouth, my goodness.
It's Friday.
Yeah,
it's okay.
It is.
Mulligan, try again.
I'd encourage parents to talk with their kids. Even though my kids started doing chores and getting paid for chores when they were younger, we had this conversation. We're like, okay, well, you're going to get $5 for mowing the yard for me every time. So out of that $5, in my family, it's really important that I teach my children how to tithe or to donate. So they know automatically, to honor God, they're going to give 10% away.
Wow.
So they set that out right away. And then there's a certain portion we're like, hey, you're going to have to buy your own first car. So you can start saving now.
We're going to help you save for that with
or
your own
you
money.
can start saving and walk to work until you have money to get one. So we just put it out there because we know where we are financially, my husband and I, and we know what my kids would like. They have certain goals themselves. So talking through that, teaching them how to save their money, how to have like short-term goals of like, one of my sons, I won't say who, like money just burns holes in his pockets.
Right.
So if we did not set up those boundaries to help him practice self-control with his money, it'd all be gone. Now, my other son's a saver, and he'll spend like $1, and then he'll save all the rest.
And he's still trying to talk everybody else into buying stuff for him because he doesn't want to spend his
does. We had some interesting conversations about that. Yep. But again, that's another really good learning experience of like, hey, do not take advantage of people around you.
Right. Yeah.
You want it. You can earn it, and you obviously have the money for it, honey. So, but those are all really good conversations to have with our kids. And just to remind them, like, hey, you're working a part-time job. That's great. Here's what mom and dad or whoever is still going to cover. We're going to take care of your food. We're still paying the house bills for you.
We're still going to love you.
We love you. Buy your general, always needed supplies. But here's what we're not buying anymore. You want those fancy Nike shoes? Go for it. It's all you, honey.
Luxuries.
The luxuries. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. I called my little sister last night. I was like, I need some ideas. Like, what's like new and hip and really popular right now?
What do the kids want these days?
Yeah. And she's just like, cell phones. I'm like, oh, that's great. Next time my son wants a brand new cell phone, I'm like, okay, save up for it, honey.
Wash those dishes.
Yeah. Jobs teach kids the value of money and really how hard it can be sometimes to earn that money and how quickly that money can disappear if you don't understand the value. So jobs
away fast.
Can be really beneficial. If you can't send them out and encourage them to get a job somewhere or a part-time job, it's, again, the little jobs they can do. Like Cody, you said you mowed the lawn and you worked and helped on a couple of farms and stuff like that. Stuff like that is really beneficial as well. So
All right.
there's that seed, everybody.
Get them
I
out there.
hope
Get them
you
working.
have
Start them
some
early
great
and often.
ideas.
Do you have some upcoming events that the WFRN family might want to know about?
Yeah, at the First Presbyterian Church here in Elkhart, we have a seminar coming up next month.
Okay.
The Power of Positive Parenting.
Ooh, sounds good. And then you can find all kinds of details and learn more about Triple P at tripplepelkhartcounty.org.
Yes.
And then once again, get yourself entered for those awesome gift cards and interact with Triple P. Ask some questions about your family, what you guys are going through. You can do that on Facebook, or you can just send an email to
info@tripplepelkhartcounty.org. And if you'd like a more private consultation with one of us, just send us that email and we will gladly meet with you face to face.
Awesome. Hey, thanks, Trisha.
Have a great weekend.
Have a great weekend. You too. Hey, thanks.